Welcome to Retro Restos. So today we're looking at the bogie, the Volkswagen T4, and we're doing a bit of work on the inside today as I want to crack on with a few little jobs. So what we're looking at today is the roof lining. It's quite saggy, as you can see. The previous owner, I'm not quite sure how good a job he did. He recovered the van roof, but it's proper saggy and just generally needs replacing. So well, what we're going to do actually is it's good condition material, so we're just going to tighten it all up, but that means taking the restraining sort of straps off. So we've got one there and we've got another one that you can't even see because it's so saggy under there. Yep, and there's just millions of these little clips all the way along holding it in. So first thing we'll do is remove those so that we can get to the other side and just stretch it back out. Also, of course, we've got the three interior lights, one at the front, the center one, and the usual one at the rear. So we'll just unclip those and away we go. First stage is just to drop out the three interior lights. Here's one, so we'll unclip that one out of the way, and also then just a screwdriver to pop out these retaining clips like so, and one down and about 300 to go. So that's the first panel out for work. Good news is the van is remarkably clean and tidy up there, not too much being messed about with, so that's good news. So let's have a look at what we need to do. The actual roof lining here is a bit of a saggy old cloth, so you probably can't see that moving on camera, but it's extremely baggy, extremely loose, and this should just be a job hopefully of unpicking it and stretching it back over the backing board, making sure that we retain part of the original curve to make sure that it fits properly back into the roof lining. And just to show you, it's a very simple piece of hardboard there, and the clips for the retaining straps in the roof are like so. So we don't want to move them too much because they already line up, of course, with the holes in the roof, and we want that to engage properly and securely once we put the roof back together. So that's the first part off. All that remains now is to look at the front one, and also, of course, we've still got the rear panel to remove, so we'll do the same with the clips and the interior light, and we'll crack on with that. So the front and rear sections are out now, and we're just about to tackle, which is probably the worst, which is this awful top panel here. Just wanted to show you, in order to remove that, if we ever need to, we need to remove the handles here. So we just pop up these little covers, and there's a screw under each of those, and then of course it's the screws then just to retain the visors. So there's a couple there, and the holder screw there also, and then of course we've got the interior lights, the same for the other side, and any sort of screws that pertain to the clips on the trim just around the doors, and we'll pop them out, and then that'll give us access finally to this top cover. So that wasn't too bad to remove. Once you've got the visors and the interior light and the door handles off, there is no need to totally remove the trim around the door there. We just unscrew the screws there and pop it away from the door slightly. That will allow us to get the board out for the front piece. So you can see now that the front piece goes across there, then the braces there are where the cross sort of retaining pieces go, and you can see that headlining is now out. Of course, this is the perfect opportunity if you are doing any further work just to inspect the wiring that's up there. Perhaps if you're running cables out to the back for tow bars and bits and pieces, or speaker wires, this is a perfect opportunity to go ahead and get the extra wiring and stuff in. We're not doing that at the moment, so we are just going to crack on and start tidying up these loose saggy panels. So speaking of which, here's one of them. This is the one that's off the front of the car. You may or may not be able to see just how saggy it is, and apologies for the wind noise there, by the way, but yeah, it really needs doing. And so what we're going to do is get some carpet spray, some high-tack spray adhesive, and as I say, the carpet itself is in pretty good condition, so all we'll do is we'll just peel all this away from the board and re-stretch it, and that should be that. We've just peeled back the headlining on the front part. You can see it there, all peeled back ready. We've unstuck 3 of the 4 edges. One side might as well stay there, is a straight edge to give us something to pull against. And as I say, we're using this spray adhesive, so we'll do that outside. It's a good day today, nice and sunny, a bit blowy, which is great for ventilation, not so great for covering your legs in spray adhesive, so we'll see how we get on. But basically we'll spray a bit at a time and stretch the fabric across as we go, trying not to get too many sort of bubbles or sags in there. So if you can get a hand, someone to help you with that, that's fantastic, because you can lay down a piece and stretch it as you go. If not, just take your time and be methodical, and let's see how we get on. So that's the headlining. That went as well as we'd hoped. So just a bit of patience really. You've got to be brave to a degree, because you've got to spray all of it in one go. As you can see, the wind's picking up already, so watch out for any errant spray if you're using contact adhesive. But yeah, we've managed to pull it much tighter than it was, and yeah, let's now carry on and do the other 2, and hopefully we'll get as good results with those. Now I don't know if you can see that, but we've just put the first piece back in and assembled the handles and the visors and interior light and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's so much better. You can probably see already now that that's been stretched out. Much nicer, much cleaner. So let's get on and put the other panels on. So there we have the headlining and the centre piece and the rear section. Not saggy at all now. Much firmer, much better looking. There's actually a lot more headroom, believe it or not, now, because on the old rock and roll bed, the head used to actually rub on the sagging headlining, so that's all cured now. The clips are all in on the cross braces there. I must admit, the part that took the longest time really is getting all these clips back in, because of course we re-stretched the old lining, and of course that meant that we had to refind and remake all the little holes for the clips, but that's all done now, so much better. And I'm sure there's plenty more to do on this old van, so hope you found this one useful. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if indeed you did, and subscribe for more updates. We'll be working on this van a lot more. So this is the Volkswagen T4, and we've got Lancia Deltas and various old sort of motorbikes, Fireblades and bits and pieces like that. So stay tuned, and there'll be more coming soon. Thanks again for watching, and take care.